I avoided lifting heavy weights for years because I was terrified of getting bulky. But what I discovered was the thing that I feared most was actually the thing that gave me the shape that I wanted. If we haven't met before, my name is Joanna. I'm 50 years old and I train regularly, and I haven't accidentally become bulky. If anything, strength training has helped me maintain muscle, improve my shape, and feel stronger than I did years ago. If you've ever avoided weights just because you're worried it will make you look bulky, you're definitely not alone. In fact, that was one of my biggest fears too. I wanted to look leaner, but not bigger. And I know a lot of women over 40 feel exactly the same. But after years of strength training, I have learned that the reality is very different from what many of us imagine. So let me answer the question. Does strength training make women look bulky? The short answer is no, and here's why. To build a large amount of muscle, your body needs three things: a strong training stimulus, a calorie surplus, and enough hormones to support significant muscle gain. Now, this is where most women are completely different from men. Women are different from men. Women naturally have much lower levels of testosterone than men. And testosterone is the main hormone involved in building muscle size. And that's why men can build muscle much more quickly than women. So for most women, especially those in our 40s, 50s, building even a small amount of muscle takes consistent training over many, many months. And it doesn't happen by accident. In fact, many women are actually surprised how hard it is just to work to gain just a few kilos of muscle. What strength training really does is improve your body composition. And that means you gradually lose body fat while building and maintaining muscle. And that's where the toned athletic look comes from that many of us want. Now, one thing I didn't understand years ago was that muscle and fat are completely different issues. A kilo of muscle weighs exactly the same as a kilo of fat, obviously, but muscle takes up a lot less space. So as you build muscle and you reduce your body fat, your body often becomes firmer and more defined. And you can even stay the same weight and look noticeably smaller. Now, I've experienced this myself. There have been times when the scales haven't moved much or even gone up, and yet my clothes fit better, my waist looks smaller, and my body looks more defined. And that's because body composition was changing and not just body weight. So we need to stop fixating on the scales. Now, can strength training make you look bigger? Sometimes, yes. But for most people, it's not the reasons they think. So when you first start lifting, your muscles store more glycogen. Glycogen is stored with water. That means your muscles can temporarily look fuller. And that's why you get, the gym pump and things like that. You may even gain a little weight, but that's not the same as becoming bulky. It's often a sign that your muscles are actually adapting to the training. And another reason why women feel bigger is because they're building muscle underneath a layer of body fat. And if the body fat isn't reducing at the same time, they may not immediately see the definition. So that isn't because you're not, because lifting weights is making them bulky. That's purely because the body composition takes time and you need to have some patience with it. So here's the question I always ask. Have you ever looked at a female athlete or a fit woman in her 40s, 50s, or someone with the physique you admire and thought, I wish I looked more like that? Because the chances are that strength training played a massive role in creating that look. Because muscle creates shape, and muscle creates definition, and muscle helps support metabolism. And so if muscle helps us stay as strong as we age, there really isn't any reason not to want to strength train. And for me, strength training hasn't made me bulky. It's helped me feel strong, more confident, and more capable. And if you're worried about picking up heavier weights because you think suddenly you wake up looking like a bodybuilder, or you can relax, because building significant muscle takes years of focused effort. specific nutrition, a training program, and usually many hours training. Usually it's their profession. So for most women, strength training definitely does not make you look bulky. And that's for 90%, unless you're actually trying to get that result. It just helps you look strong and defined. And those are very, very different things. So I hope I've answered the question. And please leave a comment below if you're starting strength training, or if you have, or if you're seeing changes to your body. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.